you will be able to understand different stages of human life. What is the real success a person should strive for? Then, summary of the knowledge you need to attain the real success. And the discussion will be the role of a spiritual guide. And as I mentioned before, in the second session, inshallah, the discussion will be obstacles in the way of attaining the real success, how to overcome, and some easy tips to fill our hearts with remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the learning outcome of this course. So let's move on. Different stages of our life. Our life is not only we are in this world and we shall die, so everything will finish. It's not. When the soul is taken out of our body, our life doesn't end. One stage of our life has ended. So if we think about the different stages of human life and the journey of human life, so our life begins from the world of the souls. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created soul of all of the humans and made them live in the world of the souls. Second stage of our life is this world in which we are. When the soul is taken out of our body, we move to the next stage of our life. And the next stage of our life is called Barzakh. This is the period between death of a person till the day of resurrection. Then, the fourth one is the day of resurrection. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will raise us again, we will be standing in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the final about either hell or paradise. So our life began from world of the souls, then we are in this world, we'll move on to Barzakh, then on the day of judgment, and finally, some people will go to Jannah and some people will go to Jahannam. And that life will be forever, forever, forever. Now try to think, because the time is very short, so I'm not giving a lot of details about it. Think about this worldly life. Nowadays, approximately people live in this world for 100 years. It's very hard. We can find some people who are reaching the age of 100. Majority of the people they die at the age of 70, 75, 80, 90. But in this world, the second point which we will note is, we are given the choice to do something bad or to do something good. We receive blessings of Allah or we are punished in the next stages of our life mostly depends on our behavior in this worldly life. When you will think about Barzakh, the next stage, as I said before, when we die, the soul is taken out of the body. Our life doesn't end. In Barzakh, there is some type of life. Almost all of the religions agree that when the soul is taken out of the body, it doesn't die. It is alive. As for the human body, when we put the dead body into the grave, all of the body may demolish, but one part of the body never demolishes. There is a hadith in Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim. The beloved Prophet ﷺ explained that there is one part of human body. And the words in Sahih Muslim are, Minhu khulika wa fihi yurakkab. The human body is made from this real part of the body. And on the day of judgment, from the same real part of the body, human bodies will be reshaped, they will be given, again they will be standing in form of a human body on the field of resurrection. Soul doesn't die. The whole body may demolish, but one real part of the body never demolishes. And in Barzakh, there is a connection between soul and between the human body. It's not like we are here in this world. The soul or ruh is inside our body and we are alive. The soul is not inside our body. According to different ahadith of Holy Prophet ﷺ, in Barzakh, souls live in different places. Some of the souls are in A'la Illijeen, which is the highest part of Jannah. Some souls are living in Jannah. Some are stopped at the door of Jannah. Some souls are between the sky and between the earth. And some souls, they can't go up from this earth. They are anywhere on this earth. Or wherever the soul is, it has a connection with the real part of the body. And we can say that in Barzakh, Barzakh is not the name of complete destruction of the body and the soul. Souls are alive. The whole body may demolish, but real part of the body is there, and there is a connection between the soul and between the body. And this is one type of life. Obviously, this life is different from the life in this world. When we move on to the next stage of our life, the day of resurrection, you have heard a lot or some important points about the day of resurrection, when we will be raised again and we will be called to account. Only one day is equal to 50,000 years of this world. And I have given the reference. The reference is in Sahih Muslim Sharif, Kitab al-Zakat. There is a hadith of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in which the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told that only one day of resurrection will be equal to 50,000 years of this world. The sun will be at a distance of only 1 mile. The words of hadith are Kamikadar Mile, as the estimation of 1 mile. This will be the distance of the sun from the earth. There will be no shade on the day of resurrection, no house, no tree, no high place under which you can take shelter. There will be only one shade on the day of judgment, and that is shade of Arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or you can say shade of mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All of the people will not be burning in heat of the sun. Our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that 7 types of people will be under the shade of Arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because they will be enjoying. They will be enjoying shade of Arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These 50,000 years will pass, and they will think this day was only like we read a Fard Namaz in this world. So much time they will feel that the day of resurrection is only for a time in which we read one Fard Namaz. But for those people who will be burning in heat of the sun, the beloved Prophet ﷺ said that this day will be equal to 50,000 years. If you go to Pakistan in summer and you want to walk on the earth barefooted, you can't. And the sun is millions miles away from the earth. And if it brought near to the earth and it is only at the distance of 1 mile, you can imagine that how hot that day will be. Then, on the same day, every individual will be standing in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever we did, whatever we spoke, and whatever we thought. Thoughts mean whatever we plan for our life. A complete record of our life is being prepared. In the Holy Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that Allah Pak has appointed 2 angels with every single human. One is on your right side and one is on your left side, and they are preparing a complete record of your life. In old ages, when there were no video films, there were no video cameras, people used to think that when we read Salah, an angel writes down in his book, this person read the Salah. But now, when we look at these cameras, very easily you can understand it, that it's not that they are writing this person read Salah. They are making a video film of our life. Every single second of our life is being recorded. And this complete record will be in our hand. We will be standing in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah Pak will make a judgment by looking at our book of deeds. Who will go to Jannah and who will go to Jahannam. This is one stage of our life. And finally, when those people who are going to Jahannam, they will enter Jahannam. Those who are going to Jannah, they will enter Jannah. According to one hadith of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a ram will be brought in front of eyes of the people. When people will look at it, they will recognize that this is the death. In other words, you can say the death will be brought in form of a lamb, and it will be slaughtered in front of eyes of Jannatis and Jahannamis, and an announcement will be made. Now there is no death. The life is forever, forever, forever. So think about these different stages of our life. As for world of the souls, we have nothing to do with it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created our souls. As long as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted them to stay there, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let them stay there. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent them in this world. So if we start from this world, we need success in this world. Then we need success in Barzakh. We need success on the day of resurrection. And that success is entering paradise and getting salvation from hell. So whenever you think about success and you think that I want to be a successful person, the first point which you will notice, don't try to think about this worldly life only. Along with you should try to think about the next stages of your life as well. So the first thing which I'm trying to make it clear in your minds, success. It's not only the success in this world. The success means if you are a successful person in this world, in Barzakh, on the day of judgment, and finally you enter the place of eternal peace, which is called Jannah, then we can say you are really a successful person. Now at this point, let's start from this word. I want to be a successful person in this world. You want to be a successful person in this world. This person wants to be a successful. Think with your mind and give me some ideas. What do you think? What is the success in this worldly life? Gee. What is your idea about it? What do you think? Anyone of you? Did you understand my question? You want to be a successful person in this worldly life. What you will try to get to be a successful person in this worldly life?
It's a well-paid job.
Ji?
A well-paid job.
If you say loudly, I can hear.
So a well-paid job.
Well-paid job. Okay. Bismillah. Ji. Knowledge. Any other thing?
Following the Sunnah.
Ji?
Following the Sunnah.
At this point, you will try to think completely like a materialistic person thinks. He doesn't have any idea about Barzakh, about the day of judgment. Yani a person who is living in this world and he doesn't have any idea about the next stages of his life and he wants to be a successful person in this world. So you will try to have a well-paid job. It means you want to have a lot of money. Yeah? Okay. Any other thing?
Power.
Power. If you can become a mayor, you can become a MP or prime minister of any country or a king of any country. Give it to me.
Respect.
Yeah?
Respect.
I couldn't understand what he's saying. So you can make it easy for me.
I think he's trying to say fame. As in,
Fame, yeah.
So someone who's well known.
Some people are interested in having big properties. Yeah, in this city I have property, in that city I have property, in Pakistan I have lofty buildings. So then we include the property as well in it. Yeah. What will you do with a lot of money? If a person has a lot of money, what will he do with it? Whenever, whatever he will wish, he will buy. There will be no feeling of deprivation in his heart. And he will feel happy. Am I right? It means money by itself is not our goal. This is a means, this is the source of getting something else. Fame or power. A person wants to become a prime minister, a person wants to be a king of a country. What will he do? He will have a power, a lot of any servants, a lot of people in front of him. So he will be ruling over them. There will be a big name for that person. So it means by power, this person is trying to get something else. And what is that? Honor, respect. If a person wants to have fame, a big name in this world, it means this person is trying, and when a lot of people will know him, so what will this person gain? Honor, respect. Let me make it easy for you. I tried my best to think. This person is trying to have a big property, this person is trying to have a lot of money, this person is trying to have a very big job. So finally, what is the thing they are trying to find out? And I found only 4 words. Maybe you can help me if you have any idea. Honor, happiness, peace of mind, and a good name. These are the 4 things. Whenever you are trying to have a very big amount of money, you are trying to have a very big property, you are trying to have a very high status in your society. So these are the 4 things you are trying to have. It means that wealth by itself is not which we need. By having a lot of money, we are trying to get something else. And these are the 4 words: honor, happiness, peace of mind, and a good name. Think about if you can give me any other word apart from these 4. Now the point is, by earning a lot of money, by having big properties, by having a nice car, by having a very high status in the society, we are trying to get honor and respect. We are trying to get peace of mind. We are trying to get a feeling of happiness in our heart. And we are trying to have a good name in this worldly life. So it means that wealth by itself is not the success. Property by itself is not the success. Power by itself is not the success. These are sources. These are means to get the real success. A person who has honor, is respected by the people, has peace of mind, has feeling of happiness in his heart, and people mention him with good name, he is the most successful person of this world. Think about 2 personalities. You have heard the name of Yazid. He was king of the superpower of that world. Yazid, he was king of the superpower of that world. Now, America is the superpower. At that time, Islam was the superpower. And he was king of that superpower. Everything was with him. He died. Do you think he died as a successful person? And on the other hand, grandson of our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, leader of martyrs, Sayyidina Imam Hussain, at Karbala, nothing was with him. Yazid died Sayyidina Imam Hussain, he left this dunya. Whom you think that he is successful? So one point, the first point which I'm trying to make it clear in your minds, when you think about the success in this worldly life, it should be very, very clear in your mind that wealth is not the success, property is not the success, power is not the success. Success is these four things. If you have these four, you are a very successful person. But any person, he has a lot of money, but he doesn't have peace of mind. He can't sleep at night. A person has a very big power, but he remains sad all the times. He doesn't have any feeling of happiness. You can't say that this person is a successful person. So first point, whenever you think about success of this worldly life, always remember these four things and try to have these four. What can we do for it? Let's think about the next stage of our life in Barzakh. Our beloved Prophet ﷺ said some people are punished, while some people receive blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it means in Barzakh, the successful person is the one who can sleep in his grave peacefully. On the day of judgment, some people will be burning in heat of the sun, while some people will be under shade of Arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they will be enjoying. So success on the day of judgment is if you can have a place under the shade of Arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And finally, if you may enter paradise, this is the real success for which we should strive for. And the Holy Quran says, فَمَنْ زُحْزِحَ عَنِ النَّارِ وَأُدْخِلَ الْجَنَّةَ فَقَدْ فَازَ. Anyone who is saved from hellfire and made enter paradise, he is the real successful person. Is this idea clear in the minds? Success in this worldly life is not name of the money, is not name of the property, is not name of the power, is not name of the fame. Four words you will try to remember: honor, peace of mind, feeling of happiness, and a good name. In Barzakh, if you can sleep peacefully, on the day of judgment, if you can have a place on the shade of Arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and finally, if you can enter paradise. When we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and is Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Ya Rasulullah, I want to be a successful person, what should I do? Summary of teachings of all of the prophets. And if you summarize teachings of all of the prophets from Adam alayhi salam to our beloved Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, this summary contains 2 sentences. And this is the secret. This is the way to get success in this world, in Barzakh, on the day of judgment, and finally entering paradise. The first thing which we need to do is accept Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as your Lord. And the second one, live in this world according to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But you will be living according to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have wealth or not? You have any property or not? You have any good job or not? But these 4 things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will 100% bestow upon you. The 4 things are, you will be given honor, you will have peace of mind, you will have feeling of happiness, and a very good name. People are remembering you in public or in private. Whenever they will remember you, they will remember you and they will mention your name with due respect. Let me give you an example. You mentioned Sayyidina Ali Hazveri, Huzur Ghaus-e Pak, Habib Shuyukh, and sometimes we mention the President of America, Prime Minister of any country. Gee, have you ever heard when we are discussing with each other and we are saying something about President of America, have you heard someone, America ke Sadr Sahab ki ye baat hai? No one will mention his name by respect. But when you will mention name of Pir Mirali Shah Sahib Rahmatullahi Ta'ala, when you will mention name of Hazrat Data Ganj Bakhsh Jawhari Rahmatullahi Ta'ala, when you will mention name of Sayyidina Moinuddin Chishti Ajmeri Rahmatullahi Ta'ala, you are in public or you are sitting in private, whenever you will mention names of these pious people of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, you will bow your head with due respect. Any questions so far? You may raise a question here. The question is, anyone who is living according to will of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, you said he has peace of mind. You said he has feeling of happiness in his heart. But when these pious people of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala are suffering from a lot of problems, when we look at life of our beloved Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, how hard this life was. The pious people of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, don't they become sick? Don't they suffer from the problems? So when they are suffering from problems, when they are feeling sick, is still the peace of mind with them? And my answer is yes. Whatever circumstances are, these pious people of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, they will never lose their peace of mind. And I can give you a very small tip. If you practice it, even you will never be disturbed and you will never lose your peace of mind. What will you do? Whenever you are suffering from any problem, when you are suffering from any sickness, try to do a muraqabah. And this muraqabah is thinking about blessing of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala which you are enjoying at that moment. Even in the hours of sufferings, if you try to count blessings of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, you can't. What happens with us? When we are suffering from any problem, 100% of our mind is thinking about the problem and we are disturbed. But if you draw your attention from problems to blessings of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, so even in the hours of suffering you will be enjoying. There was a pious person. Let me make it easy for you to understand. There was a pious person of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. He had nothing in this world. No house to live, no parents, no children, no wife, no brothers and sisters, no friends. Alone that person was. He didn't have proper clothes to wear, and he was so poor person that he didn't have something to eat properly. The only thing which that person had was his body. And the whole body filled with boils and wounds. Think about the situation. A person has nothing. No house to live, no parents, no children, no brothers and sisters, no friends. He doesn't have proper clothes to wear, he doesn't have proper food to eat. Only body and whole body is filled with bones and bones. In this situation, if anyone of us is in this situation, what that person feel? So we will be disturbed and crying and making complaints of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But that person sitting in a place as there is no suffering in his life, with full contentment, he is saying, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. A person passed by and he said, what is with you? On what you are paying thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And you will try to listen to answer of that person. And this is the secret for not losing your peace of mind. He said, isn't enough that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept my tongue safe and I'm remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with my tongue. So what is the difference? We are looking, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this. He didn't see, I don't have. He saw what I have. Did you understand it? These pious people of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who live in this world according to will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they don't lose their peace of mind. Even in the hours of sufferings, that peace of mind is not lost. Why? Because when they are remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again and again, their relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala becomes stronger and stronger. Spiritually, they become rich. So when they see that because of this suffering, we are becoming more rich than before, rather than becoming disturbed, they enjoy. I personally know a person, he was suffering from a problem, and very difficult situation it was. So he couldn't sleep at night. He woke up at night, he did wudu, he read 2 rakat namaz, prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then he tried to sleep. After a while, again he woke up because he was restless. So he did wudu, then he read 2 rakat namaz, then he made a supplication in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he tried to sleep. So after some time, again he woke up. So at night, again and again, he was waking up and he was doing wudu and he was reading 2 rakat namaz and making supplications. Within 2-3 days, when his heart felt that taste, which is in worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it is that person's statement. He said that I was wishing that this suffering shouldn't end. It should last for a long time. So I remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again and again. I can feel that taste, which is a taste of remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Well, let's move on to the next topic. One thing which I think it is now very clear in your mind, the way to get success is to live according to, will you say something? According to the will of the, it's not so difficult. You are becoming shy when saying these words, but I think you should try to promise with your heart, I am a slave. Slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I am not in this world to live as I wish. I am in this world to live as my master Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants me to live. If we can convince our hearts to do that, believe me, you are the most successful person of this world. The success of this world, birth, the day of judgment, and entry in paradise is waiting. Next point. One thing we learned, if we want to be a successful person, what we need to do, we must live according to will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For this purpose, you need two things. Two basic needs for leading our lives according to will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The first one is knowledge. And only knowledge is not enough. We need a passion. We need some jazbat which force us to practice our knowledge of will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. On this point, knowledge, how to read salah, how to keep fast, how to do hajj, how to pay zakat, it's not only this knowledge. The knowledge which we need to have to know what is the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is not only namaz, roza, and zakat. One very big misconception, very big misconception we are suffering from. We think the religion of our deen is only a source of going to Jannah. Okay? I read salah, I'm rewarded, and this reward will be with me, and I'll go to Jannah. I keep fast, I'll be rewarded, and this reward will take me to Jannah. Okay. Teachings of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is there any benefit in following teachings of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in this worldly life? We don't think about it. And that's why we have made ourselves deprived of a lot of blessings of religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which we can have in this worldly life. Making it very easy for you, there are 6 different aspects of Islamic teachings, and every Muslim, after looking at these 6 different aspects, you will try to sit in private, and you will try to know how much knowledge is with you and how much knowledge should be with you. And then you will be able to understand that how much knowledge you are missing, and you should try to have it. 6 different aspects of Islamic teaching. Every single Muslim should have enough knowledge about these 6 different aspects. Number 1 is our beliefs. Belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, belief in the hereafter, belief in Risala, belief in the books. Second aspect of Islamic teaching is different ways of worship, like Salah, Saum, Zakat, Hajj, slaughtering animals, which is called Qurbani. This is another way of worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The third aspect of Islamic teaching is moral values. I'm 100% sure. If I ask you to prepare a list, what are the moral values taught by Islam? Majority of the Muslims, they are unable to prepare a list. This is the third aspect of Islamic teachings. Islam is not only a collection of some ways of worship. Islam is a complete way of life. Every single aspect of human life is discussed in Islam. Nothing is left. So the first part is belief, the second one is different ways of worship, the third one is moral values taught by Islam, the fourth one is our social life. We are living in a society, parents, children, husband and wife, brothers and sisters, neighbors. You are living with the Muslims, you are living with non-Muslims, your relationship with the non-Muslims, what are the rules and regulations about it. This is another aspect of Islamic. This is not our dunya. Unfortunately, we have divided our life into two. When we are with our brotherly, when we are with our brothers and sisters, when we are doing something or when we are earning money, we say this is our dunya. And when we are in the masjid, we say this is our deen. But deen is not only in our masjids. A Muslim is a Muslim every single second of his life. Let me make it clear for you. At night you go to sleep. In the morning you wake up. The whole day, in different activities you are. Again you go to sleep. In these 24 hours, there is not a single second. There is not a single second about which the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the teachings are not there. And every single second of our life is discussed in Islam. And being a Muslim, our duty is to learn so much knowledge that every single step of our life we can know what is the command of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, what is the command of Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala for me this moment. How should I do that Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala becomes pleased with me? And fifth aspect of Islamic teaching is your daily life. You sleep, you wake up, you meet people, you earn money, you sit in a gathering. So this daily life is discussed in detail in teachings of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And the sixth part of Islamic teaching are some of the collective responsibilities Muslims have to fulfill them by their collective efforts. And in these collective responsibilities to purify our society from evil things, to prepare a group of Muslim scholars. So these are some responsibilities. So because I don't have enough time to discuss this thing in detail, so when you will try to gain knowledge, what Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala wishes, what Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala wills, what is will of Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala, so you will try to get knowledge in these six different aspects of Islamic teachings. And as I said before, it's not enough to know. You need another thing. Every one of us knows that reading Salah 5 times a day is obligatory for the Muslims. And the most important duty of a Muslim, faith in Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala and in Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, is reading Salah 5 times a day. Well, how many of us read Salah 5 times a day? We listen to Azan, we read Kalima La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, we make an announcement that we are Muslim, but we don't read Salah. It means there is something wrong with us. There is something wrong with us. Our heart is inclined towards bad things and inclination towards good things is lost. So we need to do something. We need to do something with which we can remove inclination towards bad things and we can fill our heart with inclination towards good things. And for this purpose, you go to shuyukh. Pir, shaykh. The real purpose of making a bad with a shaykh is, the duty of a spiritual leader The duty of a spiritual leader is to purify your heart. His duty is to fill your heart with remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to fill your heart with the passion. Whenever you become to know that this is command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, without any fear, without any thinking about anything else, your heart is ready to practice it. So this is the real duty of a spiritual guide. But unfortunately, in our society, in our culture, the peers are doing something else. Their duty was to remove the obstacles and fill in hearts of the people to follow Sunnah of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And some of the ignorant people, they are taking the disciples away from door of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they think that on another way we will take you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But one thing should be very, very clear in your mind, very, very clear in your minds. The spiritual guides, they don't have any right to do that. Their duty is to fill your heart, to purify your hearts, to fill your heart with the inclination towards good things, to fill your heart with the passion to follow Sunnah of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If any person is taking you away from the door of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, such a person is misguided. I think you are tired now. If you want to have a break, so we can give you a break for 5-7 minutes. If you want to refresh your minds, and if you can listen to, so we can carry it on. What do you think? Should we have a break?
You want to continue or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Carry on. Mashallah. Note this point, and I think I should give you some time to think, and if you have any question about this discussion which we have done till now, so then we will move on to the second point, which is when it is very clear in our minds that living according to will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is the way to attain success. So why can't we? Before moving on to that, how to know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's way, what are the sources of knowledge with us? And if I can give you a summary of these, firstly the Holy Quran. Secondly, Sunnah of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the third number is fiqh. You know what fiqh is? Different ulama looking at teachings of the Holy Quran, teachings of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they made it easy for us. Obviously, every person cannot derive masail from the Holy Quran and the hadith of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Everyone can't. So these big ulama like Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Shafi, Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, what they did, looking at the Holy Quran, hadith of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, decisions made by companions of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they made it easy for us to understand Islamic ruling, Islamic law. So this is fiqh. And the fourth thing is teachings of the spiritual leaders, but one condition is, you will not follow any spiritual leader unconditional. That is a condition. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has given us a ruling, and that ruling is La ta'ata li makhluqin fi ma'siyatil khaliq. if you are obeying command of any creation, and it is against the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will not follow, you will not obey teaching of any other person, you will obey teaching of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So spiritual leaders, they, looking at the Holy Quran, hadith of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, different tracts of Sufis, they gave us different ways of zikr. They introduced different ways of muraqabat. And these different ways of zikr, these different ways of azkar, they make our hearts mindful of existence and they help us a lot to save ourselves from the deceit of shaitan. So we have the Holy Quran, we have Sunnah of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have faith, and we have teachings of spiritual leaders. Our condition is derived from the Holy Quran and Hadith of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Will any one of you give a brief summary of what we have discussed so I can that you have got what I'm trying to say? In these different stages of our life, if we want to be a successful person, what should we do? Yeah.
Requirements of successful life, happiness, peace of mind, honor, and good name.
So we want to be a successful person in this world, in birth, on the day of judgment. Finally, we want to have a place in Jannah. What should we do? हमें क्या करना चाहिए? Living in this world according to the बोलेंगे आप लोग? Will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the way to get success. And how shall we know what is will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Criteria is teaching of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And another thing which I tried to explain, how much knowledge we should have. Is it enough to learn something about Salah, Saum, Zakat and Hajj and always having tasbih in our hands and saying Allah, Allah? Is it enough or we need to learn something else which और भी हमें हासिल करने की जरूरत है? जी, from this side anyone? मैंने 6 different aspects of Islamic teachings. You can have a look on it again. And don't forget it. If you can have a picture of it or you can write it down on your mobile phone or anywhere. These are 6 different aspects of Islamic teachings and you must have enough knowledge about these 6 different aspects of Islamic teachings. Will you be able to remember? It's not enough. It's not enough to know some rules of Salah and Saum and Zakat and Hajj and that's it. Yeah. Especially the moral values of Islam. We should have enough knowledge about it. What jealousy is, how it comes in the heart of a person. If you want to get rid of it, what can we do? Yeah. Stinginess, which doesn't spend money in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So how a person becomes a stingy person? What are the reason, causes behind it? If we want to make our heart free of it, what can we do? This is one very important branch of Islamic knowledge which we must try to learn. And as for your relationship with your parents, with your brother and sister, with your neighbors, with the Muslims, with the non-Muslims, these rules and regulations of Islamic Sharia must be very, very clear in your minds. Very, very clear in your minds. And whenever you are talking to your parents, you should try to follow teachings of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And your intention must be, I'm doing this to make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pleased with me. Chale, let's move on to the next. There are some discussions, but I'm leaving that. Let's move on to the second session. Why can't we live according to will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? There are two main things. Number one is shaitan, and number two is our evil desires. Shaitan. You have heard this word. He is called Iblis. Shaitan, he refused to prostrate before Adam alayhi salam. So he is the big shaitan. But he is not alone. He is not alone. Countless from his offspring and countless agents of shaitan. Countless agents of shaitan are working. And these agents of shaitan are not only in jinns. Agents of shaitan are in humans as well. And altogether, shaitan and his agents, they are trying to mislead us. I have given one reference. If you look at this hadith is in Sahih Muslim Sharif. The beloved Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, with every one of you, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has appointed an angel and a jinn shaitan. With me, shaitan is different, with you is different, with this person is different, with this person is different. With every single human, there is a shaitan, and he is from jinns. This shaitan is always whispering bad things in your heart, and the angel is always inspiring good things in your hearts. And when the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that, one of the companions, he asked, Ya Rasulullah, is any shaitan with you as well? Then he ﷺ said that ما منكم من أحد إلا وقد وكل به قرينه من الجن. So a companion asked, Ya Rasulullah, is with you as well? The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, yes, with me as well. But إن الله أعانني عليه فأسلم فلا يأمرني إلا بخير. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helped me, and that shaitan which is with me, he has submitted himself to me, and he doesn't say anything wrong to me. This is speciality of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So with every single person there is a shaitan. Along with it, there is a hadith in Sahih Muslim. The Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that shaitan, he subtracts his takht or throne on the water, and he sends his agents on this earth, and the whole day they are trying to mislead the people, and in the evening they go back to the big leader and they report the activities of the whole day. And when you will read Surah An-Nas, قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ مَالِكِ النَّاسِ إِلَٰهِ النَّاسِ, at the end is الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس, the one who whispers in hearts of the people. And the last words are من الجنة والناس, whether they are from jinns or they are from humans. Agents of shaitan in humans, they will not have horns on their heads so we can recognize this is the agent of shaitan. So how will you recognize? By his work. What shaitan does? He tries to take you away from teaching of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Let me repeat these words. Sometimes we are acting like agent of shaitan. That's why I'm trying to repeat these words. What shaitan does? He tries to take the people away from teaching of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Any person, whether he is a jinn, he is a human, he is a spiritual leader, he is a Maulvi Sahib, he is a political leader, whoever is trying to take you away from teaching of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, at least at that time, he is working like agent of shaitan. So when we think about our lives, you will find that a lot of times, we are having mobile phone in your hand. You're watching something on it. Something bad which is not lawful according to teaching of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. When you tell your friends, and your friends are inspired, and they start doing the same, it means you have invited them to commit a sin. And inviting the people to commit a sin, it is not for the Muslims. This is the act of agents of shaitan. So when we try to find out that when shaitan tries to misguide the people, what is his way of misguiding the people? How does he misguide the people? When we look at the story of Adam alayhi salam, when Iblis refused to prostrate before Adam alayhi salam, when we look at these places of the Holy Quran, there are indications. And looking at these indications, we can say that the weapon of shaitan is our desires. What shaitan does? He makes our desires fair-seeming to us. He beautifies them. He takes our desires up to that level where we are unable to control them. And when our desires become out of control, was shaitan ka kam khatam. We ourselves become a shaitan. Did you understand it? When our desires become out of control, we can't control our desires. This is the stage when a person is misguided, and this is the way how shaitan tries to misguide us. He arouses desires in our hearts. Let me give you one quick example. In this age, look at those people who don't have fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in their hearts. Our daughters, they are inspired by looking at them. Shaitan whispers in mind of a girl, you are very beautiful. Your beauty should be seen by the people. And this desire to look beautiful, Shaitan takes up to that level where a girl can't control herself. Open Quran Pak, put in front of her, you are Muslim girl. Look, the Holy Quran says, the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, whatever you will say, it will have no effect on her. She will not cease to go out without any scarf. She will be going with full makeup. Now, the young boys, Shaitan will whisper in their hearts, look at this beautiful girl. So when they will be looking at her, their desire will become out of control. And this is the way how Shaitan tries to destroy us. And key to piety is to control our desires. And our beloved Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said in a hadith, La yu'minu ahadukum hatta yakuna hawahu tab'an lima ji'tu bih. None of you becomes true Muslim until his desires are in accordance with what I have taught. This is the perfection of your faith. If you want to become a pious person, a muttaqi, so this is the key to piety. If you have control on your desires, whenever there is any desire, to fulfill it is unlawful according to teaching of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. You can say no. No. You are a perfect Muslim. But when you are overcome by your desires and you can't control your desire, this is how Shaitan makes us misguided. So if you want to get control upon our desires, what can we do? This is the next point. And I'm trying to conclude the thing. What can we do? Something to remember. The ghaflat, neglectfulness is the biggest problem. If we can save ourselves from ghaflat, if we can save ourselves from forgetting, and if we can keep ourselves remembering again and again, this is the way we can have a control on our desires. So some basic things which we can practice, inshallah, I'll try to discuss them. But firstly, one very important thing. When we declare La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, we announce that we are people of group of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the word for this one is Hizbullah, group of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we declare La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. We have joined group of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now Shaitan tries to take us away from it, and he tries to make us join in his group. I was feeling that we should take a break. Okay? So at least for understanding this new topic, how can we control our desires? So for a long time you have been listening. So I think it's better if for 5 minutes have a break, talk to each other. You can walk here and there, be relaxed. And inshallah, after 5 minutes, we will start from where we are leaving it. The discussion will be what can we do to have the ability to control our desires. Okay? So have a 5 minutes break and then inshallah, we shall start.
There's some tea. If like 5-6 people want to go out time, and then have some tea and come back, and then we can actually rotate.
Just